with me now, the AFC Wimbledon manager, Johnnie Jackson. Johnny, one with a bit of bite for tomorrow, a bit of edge about it, Crawley in town. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, big game for both teams. Obviously, opportunity for us back at home in front of our crowd to get a positive result. Coming up against a team that obviously desperate for points, where they find themselves in the table, down near the bottom there, they're going to be fighting for their lives, aren't they? So we know we're in a tough game, but we see it as a great opportunity for us to get a win on the board and end a positive week.
Turning the clock back to when we met them first time this season, Ethan Chislett in great goal scoring form, great set piece goal that day and right up until the new year, but I think by his own admission he knows that he's keep working away and that touch will come back again, won't it?
Yeah, I speak regularly with Chiz, about his role in the team and the positions that we want him to get into, and he keeps getting in them positions, and obviously he'd like more goals and assists naturally, and he's had a couple of opportunities that someone like Chiz would expect to score, but for me it's great that he's getting in those positions and continuing to be a major part of what we're doing, especially in that attacking, that final third. He brings a real sort of creative influence and real energy to our forward play. So Chiz just needs to keep working hard, keep doing the right things, and goals will follow for sure.
Crawley Town, of course, a side that we've played already twice this season and beaten them twice. Big changes at that club since then. What have you made of them now, though?
Yeah, completely different sort of prospect to earlier in the season. Obviously, they've had a change in manager, a change in the way that they play. The style has changed as well, and it's just a different prospect. So it's going to be a completely different game. What we do know is, where they find themselves, they're going to be absolutely scrapping for everything. So we won't take them lightly. Of course, like I always say, we expect to perform and perform well, especially at home. And we generally, the performances that we've been putting in have been good, especially at home, but haven't necessarily been getting the rewards for that. So we need both tomorrow. We need to put in a performance, and then I'm sure the points will follow.
We go into this one, of course, off the back of a point at Newport. To my untrained eye, I personally thought we had the beating of them, but what did you think in analysis afterwards? Could we push them a little bit more for a second goal?
Yeah, you always like the second goal, but I thought it was a really good performance. Because away from home, we took the game to them, especially in that opening period. I thought we was by far the better team, and that they're going to come out and have a go. And to be fair, I think it was only really sort of long throw-ins and corners that they built the pressure up in that regard. And sometimes that's difficult to stop, especially when they can launch it into your box, from anywhere inside the sort of final third. Really, it's coming in your box with that weapon that they've got in the long throw. So we knew we'd have to defend that, and for the most part we did. Got undone with one, so that was disappointing. The nature of the goal, I felt on the balance of the evening, I think your untrained I felt the same, that we was the better team, but we came away with a point and we wanted 3, but obviously having been on a run of defeats, it was important that we got something on the board as well. And the team, they're giving absolutely everything. Boys crawled off that pitch, and they had the luxury of making, I think, 4 or 5 changes in that second half to try and swing the momentum of the game and bring them a little bit of energy, which it did. And of course, we found ourselves a little bit lighter on the bench with what we had. So that can make a difference too. But I thought the lads who were out there and who came on applied themselves magnificently. And I just keep saying to the lad, with that attitude and that endeavour, we will get what we deserve sooner or later. And I genuinely feel that we haven't been getting what we deserve out of these games for our performances, but we have to keep putting in those performances and turn them into points and wins.
Absolutely. Obviously, of course, we're without Dilan Jalasini, Harry Pell. How's Lee Brown?
Brownie's getting closer. Won't make it in time for this one, but he's stepping up his rehab. Hope to have him back out on the grass and joining back in with the group maybe next week. So one that's getting closer. Obviously, Pelly, PJ, a bit long. Well, there's obviously quite a list growing now of boys that are out. But we have to. That's the nature of football. Not quite this. I've never seen it quite this extreme, to be honest. But poses challenges that we have to overcome.
Paul Cowan by?
Yeah, PK again. We'll miss it. He's looking at a period out with his knee issue that he's been sort of nursing for a while now. That we was managing to get him through, and by managing his loads and his training loads just to get him out there for the games. But it's become unmanageable now, so he's going to miss out.
What's the situation with Alex Pearce?
Yeah, Piercy came off late in the game with a groin issue, so it'll be a late call on Piercy. Whether he makes it for the game, and obviously we have to weigh up whether it's worth taking that risk with him as well. Obviously Knightsey came on for him, so we've got Knightsey there. There's a bit of cover. Obviously called Luke Jenkins back from his loan, and Isaac Obundia. You're probably going to ask me about. It's come back to us as well, so we just bolstered our options back there too.
Josh Davison, of course, he not missed a game up until the other night. How's he doing now?
Yeah, Josh again, little issue from training meant that he had to miss out on the Newport game, and again it'll be a close call whether he's involved for the weekend. So he's been a massive part of what we're doing and been a mainstay, hasn't he? So if he doesn't make it, obviously it'll be a big miss. But
really encouraging is the same Beeler was out there. I suppose you've got to be very careful with him now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's great to see him back out there training, but again he's been out for quite a while now, so we have to be, the temptation will be to throw straight in, and because he was a big part of the success that we was having at that stage of the season when he was playing regularly and playing really, really well, wasn't he? So it's great to have him back, but keen that we don't lose him for any longer than we already have this season. So we'll manage his return to play sensibly, but obviously we want to put the strongest teams out there that we can to try and win games, so we have to have that in mind too.
Good to hear, Johnny. Best of luck tomorrow.
Cheers, Rob.